All right, welcome to this week's Q&A Thursday. This actually was I printed out a question, what's actually a whole bunch of questions that one of our high six students got from a seller, and he's fairly new, so he sent them all to me, and I answered them all, and it's rather extensive, but I thought, hey, owner financing questions are very common, and so I'm going to read them to you, and then I'm going to tell you how I answer them, and then that way you'll glean some good nuggets, I'm sure. And if you have other questions, send a note to support@smartrealestatecoach.com. I'm certain some of these will be in your brain. Secondly, why not, I encourage you, why not come to our Wicked Smart Sit Down every Thursday? That's where you can bring these types of questions. You can bring your challenges, your scripts, your deals. It's every Thursday at 4 o'clock on Zoom. And you can come and it's for free. And if you're not sure, if you're not getting those by text or email, I'd be surprised if you're on our list. But you could also tell support that, because if you haven't opened an email in a couple weeks, that takes you off the list and things like that. All right, so let me dive in here. The guy said, I left your voicemail, so-and-so. I won't tell you who the student was. I'm clarifying the term is the period whereby a balloon payment for the remaining principal amount would need to be paid off, correct? And that's yes. I mean, my answer is I just put yes on balloon question, of course, and I would answer in addition to yes that sometimes we cash out earlier. So it's always on or before the term, whatever the term might be, okay? Next. There is no down payment or interest to be paid, correct? That's what he asked, Sean. Because we typically, if you haven't watched our deal structure videos, and I hope you're subscribed here so you can, we do principal-only payments. So my answer was our down payment is we're paying your transfer tax and your fees usually paid by the seller, and yes, we max out price to you versus having a down payment, and our sellers typically want that versus a small down. So this is just all script, guys. It's all script. Next question he asked. You have 90 days to find a buyer to occupy my property, correct? Because when you're brand new, I don't want you ever committing to an answer financing deal or a sub-2 deal unless you get some cash on the sidelines before you get your buyer. All our deals are contingent upon a buyer. So I answered, yes, your first payment is due 30 days after closing, nearest to the first of the month, in arrears like all mortgages. So for example, we closed June 30th and your first payment is due on or before August 1st, no later than August 15th for the month of July. Okay? All right. Let's see what else he's got here. I don't leave the property and our agreement does not go into effect until you place a buyer in the property, correct? And I said, correct. His occupancy, we're going to show it. He's going to show the property, by the way. There's all kinds of nuances in here that you guys can glean from. So we don't show the property. We're not realtors. We have the seller show the property prior to us taking over, okay? I'll keep going here. Let's see. You indemnify me on the insurance certificate, naming me as additional insured, correct? Let's see. As a lien holder, you will, of course, be on the certificate of insurance, is what I told him. I don't think he went deeper than that. You will provide me with a background information on the buyer you place in the property, correct? Now this is no. So here's what I wrote back to him on that one. No, we don't provide background on buyer we place in the property. We are your buyer. Our buyer is our risk and has nothing to do with you. That's a big one that we get at. Like, the only time we share information with a buyer is if we're doing an AO deal, an assign out deal, because they're taking them over. But we don't provide that. What if during the term the buyer placed leaves or is evicted? Does the agreement default or do you continue to pay and provide? Do you continue to pay and provide replacement? I just answered again. No, nothing our buyer does is your headache. It's all 100% us. We continue to pay. Very simple. Now this next one, he got confused as he went. The agreement will be transferable to my heirs should my wife and I pass during the term before payoff in the deed transfer, correct? I said we transfer the deed at the beginning when we buy, and we're 100% responsible for the property, and we'll do any and all work needed as Oh, sorry. The next one was yes. Your estate planning handles that. That's on your end. Yes, this asset will be treated like any other asset. You're a bank, and you hold a promissory note, and it's secured by a mortgage. Simple. I'll just do one more because this guy rifled off all these questions in one email to my student. Usage of the property must be approved by me, he says, until deed transfers to buyer, correct? I'm sorry to laugh if he reads this, but there's no usage issues. We buy the property and we do what we want with it. We own it. He actually asked one more, I think. No. All right. So I hope that helps, guys. That's just again, it came through the community, so I figured I'd throw it out here. But if any of that sparked more questions, please, again, send a note to support@smartrealestatecoach.com or come on over to the Wicked Smart Sit Down. Love to see you. Make it an outstanding week. And if you guys don't have the best-selling book, Real Estate on Your Terms, you might be new to the channel. Again, make sure you subscribe and make sure you share this with your friends, because there's some serious information in the Deal Structure Sunday playlist, the Q&A Thursday, and the Motivation Monday. Okay? But if you don't have those, go to wickedsmartbooks.com/YouTube. We want you to get them for free, and it's not one of those offers that says, hey, free, and then you put your credit card in for shipping. That's bogus. That's not free. We ship it out for free right from this building. All right? Make it a great week.